Well, good morning and welcome back. If you watched the last video, and I sure hope you did, we loaded up the dump trailer with a full load of scrap material from the barn that was torn down, full of wood and of course nails and metal and stuff like that. So what I need to do is I need to dig a burn pit because I'm going to burn all of that. And what better tool to use to dig than this, right? Of course not. Here's the point I'm going to make. I'm tired of hearing people complain about how poorly, I guess, the BX will dig. Can you dig a hole with a Kubota BX? You know, would I rather have an excavator? You know, if I got to choose between this and this, well, I'm going to choose the shovel every time, of course. It's a better tool for the job. But I have a tractor, so why would I use this? See, that's what you got to think. That you don't think about, oh, well, I'm going to drive that whole bucket straight into the ground and dig a full scoop out immediately. No, that's not the way it works. You can dig this amount of dirt with the BX, right? You can even dig what this will dig with it. You can dig more than that. So just take the bite that Kubota BX will handle, and I'll show you here in a second. It does a fine job. I'm about to dig a big hole. So first of all, details of how to dig with a Kubota BX. Absolutely low range and four-wheel drive. So low range four-wheel drive and get your RPMs way up. I'm going to be digging this field here, but we had sub-freezing temperatures last night, so the surface might be a little hard. You just want to break through. Just take that first bit. Look at that. That's way more than a shovelful. Tilt your bucket back until it'll go forward. You need all your four-wheel drive working at once. And that's about enough right there. So I'm just going to set this off to the side. Get another scoop. Take too much, just enough. And quite honestly, what real work am I doing right now? I'm sitting in the seat of a tractor, just scooping loads of dirt. Easy peasy. There it is. That hole is about 12 feet wide. Is that right? Let's say 10 feet wide. And it's got to be every bit of 20 feet long. It's a big hole. And look at this. This is all it took me about 30 minutes. That's about it. 30 minutes to dig this. All with this little tractor. Yeah, this Kubota BX and that little 4-foot bucket. That's what I'm talking about. It's really, it has everything to do with the tool that you have. If I'm using a spoon, that would have taken me 7 years. If I'm using a shovel, it would have probably taken me a week. 30 minutes. So, oh, and I should say, you notice I have a Piranha tooth bar on that tractor. That certainly makes a big difference when digging in dirt or anything, digging anything. So and I love that Piranha tooth bar. It saves the front of the bucket, and you can see what it can do. So anyway, now I need to get that dump trailer in here and dump all that wood. So I went out of town for a few days and come back to this. Yeah, I've got a pond. I'm gonna have to dig a little trench over here and let that drain. The pond is actually freezing over. It's pretty cold right now. Anyway, I want to make some really important points about the Kubota and digging with the Kubota, some of the technique, and of course, start off with, this is a plowed field that I just dug. The topsoil is soft, and you may be digging in something a lot harder, maybe rockier soil, maybe more clay. All types of soil differ all across the country and across the world. So this is what I dug, and yeah, it was pretty easy, half an hour. But even if I were digging that deeper down into the clay, it's gonna start taking me longer, but I'm still gonna be able to do it. You just need to take small bites. That's what the spoon reference is trying to push home. If you try to push too much, and believe me, I did it when I first bought the BX, I started trying to dig out mulch, just mulch out of a landscape bed. And I was so frustrated that I couldn't get into it and dig. I didn't have the bucket angled right. I had it in high range. I didn't have it in 4-wheel drive, all kinds of mistakes. So once again, remember, low range, 4-wheel drive, high RPMs, because that's going to give you a lot of push. The higher RPMs don't give you more power or curl with your hydraulics, but they sure give you more power with your wheels. So definitely put it in as high RPMs as 3,000 or more. Anyway, that'll give you that push into the dirt, because that's really where your power is. Now, once you get stuck, the wheels start spinning, you can lift the bucket, which pushes your wheels down into the ground more, gives you more traction, and also curl that bucket, because your breakout force is your strongest force on that tractor. So get it in there, break it out, and just take bites and move forward. And even in the hardest soil, you'll see you can dig more than you maybe thought you could with that Kubota BX. Now, of course, if I was going to use an excavator, if I have an excavator, if I want to rent, and there are definitely reasons, there are definitely scenarios, I should say, where you should rent an excavator or use an excavator. The Kubota is just going to take way too long. And a small tractor like that Kubota BX, I mean, you're just going to be pounding your head against the wall for the rest of your life, like using a spoon to dig this size hole. So there's times where you need to rent them, is all I'm saying. And I really appreciate the new subscribers. And let me give a shout out to MJA Doing Stuff. Oh my gosh, so great that you did that. He posted on YouTube, made a little, to just try and promote my channel a little bit, and I so appreciate that. I'm gonna really, you know, try and return the favor somehow. I don't know, but I really appreciate it. So MJA doing stuff, thank you for that. Anyway, hey, dig a hole, and we'll see you next week. I'll give you some tips, and we'll be doing some more stuff. See you then.